What's up, you guys? Tonight's ice cream review is all three of Ben & Jerry's new cookie dough core flavors. Make no mistake about it, the Ben & Jerry's core series is a gimmick that has produced mostly lackluster results. Now, there are some bright spots. I was a big fan of the peanut butter fudge core, caramel sutra, but for the most part, a lot of mediocre stuff featuring those cores, especially the cookie core series. Huge letdown for me. And for the most part, like I said, none of the core flavors were that great. But Ben & Jerry's, the master innovators that they are, they were not content to just do, a fudge or peanut butter core. They weren't content to just do the cookie core, which IMO was not the best idea, because who wants to dig into like a really solid piece of huge, gigantic, hard-ish cookie core? It was dead in the water, in my opinion. No, Ben & Jerry's didn't want to just stop there, okay? They could have abandoned the core series, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't have shed any tears over that, but they did not. They went back to the drawing board, and they thought, you know what? What's our calling card? What's our speciality? What do people know us for? Cookie dough chunks, right? That's the thing that got us all hooked on Ben & Jerry's, right? Well, they took that and amplified it up to 11. These are three flavors with cookie dough cores. Not cookie, edible cookie dough cores. I'm excited, and you should be too. I'm gonna try all three of them. No specific order, but I'm very excited. So I'm just gonna go with Wake and No Bake Cookie Dough Core is vanilla ice cream with peanut butter cookies, peanut butter ice cream with fudge chips, and a no bake cookie dough core. So we got vanilla ice cream, we got peanut butter ice cream, we got fudge chips, peanut butter cookies, and a cookie dough core. Let's dig in. Obviously, Ben & Jerry's have done a vanilla ice cream and peanut butter ice creams ad nauseum. No uncharted territory here. If you've tasted them before, you know what to expect. Actually, I'm a big fan of the peanut butter base. Vanilla is exponentially better than their chocolate IMO, so good combination there. Now, one of the issues that came up with the other core flavors was that the core itself wasn't actually a core. It was maybe like it was half of the pint. You'd have a little bit of the sauce or the cookie, and then it would just disappear as you went down. So it'd be interesting to see if the same holds true for these flavors. All right, here's my first. Oh, it's a little hard here. A little harder than I thought it would be. It should be noted that, oh my gosh, I did not let this temper that much. Kind of in a hurry. Got two kids, got a family, got dogs to pick up from the vet, so got to get it in when I can. And when you get these, you might want to let them sit out a little bit longer than I did. Here we go. It's not as hard texturally as the cookie cores were, but it's not as soft as I expected a cookie dough core to be. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I dug down to the bottom of this thing. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go all the way. I'm very disappointed in the texture of this core. I'm hoping that maybe this is an exception and not the rule with these core flavors, but it's more of the same. It's just a lot like the cookie cores. It's falling flat for me. It's more of a nuisance than an enjoyment. It's really hard, gets in the way of my spoon, interrupts my ice cream eating. I'm not really a fan. And the combination of flavors is fine, but nothing I'd ever want to eat again. I'll give this one a 5 out of 10. Next up, Sweet Like Sugar Cookie Dough Core. Sweet cream ice cream with a hint of almond flavor, shortbread cookies, and cherry ice cream with cherries and sugar cookie dough core. Now, some of you picky eaters out there will be turning up your nose at the thought of cherry, but grow up, okay? It's okay to have fruit in your desserts. It's not a big deal. As I was saying, if you...
Hold it tight.
As I was saying, cherry shouldn't be a deal breaker for anybody in an ice cream, okay? If you're an adult, I mean, you like cherry. Would you eat cherry ice cream?
Yeah.
See, if a toddler would eat cherry ice cream, you should eat cherry ice cream too. So we have sweet cream ice cream, we have cherry ice cream, there's cherries, there's shortbread cookies, there's almond flavor in the sweet cream, which is, I gotta applaud Ben & Jerry's for at least trying something different there. And, you know, it sounds a little bit like Cherry Garcia, which has me worried. I'm not a fan of Cherry Garcia. Not because of the cherries, but because it's not a good ice cream. But anyways, I'm gonna go in with an open mind. Cam, you're gonna go in with an open mind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to eat this?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Here, try it. No? Okay.
Is it yucky?
I don't know, man. That's up to you, for you to decide. Texturally, pretty much the same thing as before. Not as chewy and as soft as I would expect out of an edible cookie dough. Now, it could be because it's frozen, you know, when stuff gets frozen, it's harder, but still not what I expected. Definitely get some Cherry Garcia vibes from this. Not a good thing, but what can I say? I'm a Cherry Garcia hater. You don't have to sit here if you don't want to. Do you want to go play?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the more of this core I eat, the more I realize that it's not only, harder than I expected, but it's gritty too. I like the flavor of this core better than Wake and No Bake, but texturally it's the same thing. And the ice cream surrounding the core is not as good to me as Wake and No Bake, because peanut butter is always going to beat cherry for me. This is another pass, another flavor that I'll never buy again. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. Last but not least, chocolate chip cookie dough core. Cookie milk ice cream. With...
I already do this one. Yeah, I do this
I already
one.
did that one, yes. Can I finish? I did both of those, yeah.
Did you do that one?
I don't like either of them.
What's that one called?
That one's called Sweet Like Sugar Cookie Dough.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like I was saying, can I finish this?
Yeah.
Okay. Cookie milk ice cream with fudge.
Did you do this one?
I don't like either of them, honestly. This one is a little bit better than this one. Cookie milk ice cream with fudge chips and a chocolate chip cookie dough core. So this is really simple. Much more simple than the other two. You got one ice cream, just the cookie milk ice cream, which is a new base as far as I know for Ben & Jerry's. I never used that before. There's fudge chips, and there's a chocolate chip cookie dough. Of course, this is a very basic flavor in terms of elements. Could be good, but if the core is the same as the other two... Sir, do you mind? If the core is the same as the other two, Sir!
Daddy's trying to talk, so let him talk, okay?
If the core is the same as the other two, I expect similar results. Let's do it. You guys see what I mean here. So the ice cream is tempered and creamy. Watch my spoon. You hear that? See what I mean? And even though it's tempered, it's still hard to get through. There is a silver lining here. Even though the core texturally is killing me, this base ice cream flavor is delicious. Brooklyn, did you fart? That's a loud baby fart right there. So I don't know about you guys, but I just lost my appetite. Ice cream wise, I enjoyed this one. Core wise, I'm not digging it. I'm gonna give this one the same rating I gave Wake and No Bake, a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
What happened? What happened? Is it a blowout? Oh my god! What do you mean, what is that?
Ice cream and dumps.
Wow, that's my life. Ice cream and poop.
Are you complaining? Yeah. Alright, this should be an interesting one.
This was an eventful one. So my excitement level was a 9 out of 10 for these core flavors. I really was excited about these flavors. I thought the concept was amazing, but the past has shown us anything. It's not just about the concept. Actually, the concept isn't really even that important. It's all about the execution. You can have the best concept in the world, but if you can't pull off the execution, you got nothing. And in this case, this is a flop from Ben & Jerry's. Look, full disclosure, these were sent to me directly from Ben & Jerry's. I get invited to cool events by Ben & Jerry's, okay? I love Ben & Jerry's, but I'm not in the business of lying to anybody because this will not make Ben & Jerry's better, okay? The only reason these don't get lower ratings is because I actually enjoyed the ice cream, you know? Well, sweet like sugar cookie dough cores, that's why. 4 out of 10. Yeah. Anyways, but the other two, I like the ice cream, okay? I want Ben & Jerry's to make good ice cream. I want them to push the envelope, to be innovative. I want them to do new and exciting things, but I also want them sometimes just to focus a little bit more on the basics, to focus on the things they're good at, because I've had my heart broken one too many times with these cool sounding ideas that just don't get executed well. As always, guys, your mileage will vary greatly. I'm a harsh critic, especially of my home team, Ben & Jerry's, but I just think that the idea, it was good in theory, but the grittiness of the cookie dough, the texture of it, how hard it is gonna turn a lot of people off, just like it turned me off. But you guys got to try it for yourself and find out for sure. You be the judge. I'm just a dude with a couple kids and some dogs who happens to really, really love ice cream. As always, thank you all for watching. Thanks to Ben & Jerry's for sending me this stuff, even though I wasn't a huge fan. But a lot of cool stuff that I can't talk about coming down the pipe from Ben & Jerry's that's going to be better than this. I promise you. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.